Good evening, Mr. Tone. How are you, brother?
I am glorious. I'm a little got that like kind of Halloween hangover, not even an alcohol hangover, just like
Ate a lot of shit.
Yeah. I'm feeling it today, bud.
Yeah, I didn't feel good at all today, my guy.
Well,
Not at all.
There's some baseball that played into that factor.
Oh God, I know, man. I know. I don't know, man. Speaking of that, though, Braves are in the World Series. We haven't talked about that yet. We took the time off last week to watch this shit, bro. I'm stressing. I'm stressing a little bit.
But you're there at least.
Oh, but I'm there, and
you're winning.
We're gonna stop there. Welcome back. It's episode 86 of the Upper Decker Podcast. I'm your boy Ty.
I'm your boy Tone.
And the boys are back in town, baby. Dan is working this week, working late, so it's just the two of us here. So I didn't do the intro music. Do you want to?
Go.
All right.
You're listening to the Upper Decker Podcast.
Oh, man.
If we try just the two of us.
There we go. I missed that singing of yours, good buddy. We've got episode 87, so I chose the year 1987. I didn't really choose it. It just matches the number of the episodes that we have. You know that?
Is that what?
Yeah.
That's how you've been doing it this entire show?
Not coincidence, brother.
Oh my god.
I
feel like an idiot.
There's a little bit of a little bit of madness there, but I make it work, right? Yeah, fuck it. 1987, January 14th, catfish hunter and old Billy Williams elected into the Hall of Fame. March 3rd, coming around there, Ray Dandridge. He was a third baseman from the Negro Leagues. Yes?
I just thought of this. Is Billy Williams named William Williams?
Please do a Google while I talk about this.
All right.
Because if it is, I'm going to lose my shit. Or either that or he's just a hick whose parents named him Billy, like out the womb. Oh.
He is named Billy Leo Williams.
I hate that.
His full nickname on Baseball Reference is Sweet Swinging Billy from Whistler.
You're telling me this guy's got a whole ass wrestler's WWE nickname, brother.
SSBF Dub. Sweet Swinging Billy from Whistler.
Sweet Swinging? That's unreal, dude.
Continue.
Yeah.
If there was a William Williams out there, I had to know about it.
Yeah, I get it. Also, this Dakota, I get it, bro. I know. I understand. Yes. March 3rd, 1987, Ray Dandridge. He was a third baseman from the Negro Leagues. He's the only player voted into the Hall of Fame by the Veterans Committee that year. April 13th, this is kind of cool. So the Padres set an MLB record when their first three batters, Marvell Wynn, Tony Gwynn, I love the rhymes there, that's sick,
yeah,
and John Kruk go back to back to back to start the bottom of the first inning of their home opener. They ended up losing the game 13-6, but started off pretty hot. That was kind of cool. Yeah. April 15th, Juan Nieves, he throws a no-hitter and is the first person of Puerto Rican descent to throw a no-hitter.
Okay.
So that was pretty cool. I also saw something about how he became like the second youngest player to throw a no-hitter ever. But I was doing some digging, dude, and that doesn't match up at all. Like Wikipedia has it, like Baseball Reference stuff has it. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense because there's plenty of people before him who were like 20 years old. Juan threw it when he was like 22. So I don't know what they're talking about. But whatever. Island boy Juan Nieves throws a no-hitter.
I'm an island boy.
Oh, snap. Coach Bill the beer drinking guy. He had to work late tonight. Mr. Dan is not on the show. We'll tell him you miss him, though.
Where's the beer drink?
June 2nd, 1987, the Mariners draft none other than Ken Griffey Jr., number 1 overall, so that's pretty cool. July 18th, Don Mattingly homers in his 8th consecutive game, tying an MLB record. Pretty tight. Only 3 people have done it. It was Don Mattingly, Ken Griffey Jr., and somebody else who I don't care about at this point. But your boy Joey Votto came close this year, bro.
Yeah,
he had 7 straight.
I think that was during that time where I picked him to be my boy.
Yeah, it was, because he had 8 home runs in like 9 days, I think, or something like that.
I think that was the beginning of my streak.
Sure, it sure was. August 11th, Mark McGwire breaks the rookie home run record with his 38th bomb of the season. He would finish with 49 that year, leading all of the American League and tied with all of Major League Baseball.
Dude, that's insane.
Isn't that crazy? I think it was Andre Dawson also had 49. So Andre actually won MVP that year, and Mark McGwire ended up getting Rookie of the Year. So,
okay.
August 30th, this is kind of insane. Charlie Huff is pitching for the Texas Rangers. Gino Petralli.
Hey,
It's a Gino Petralli.
I'm making the meatball.
Is that racist? Oh, whatever. He's the catcher for the day. Gino tied an MLB record by committing 6 passed balls in one game.
Whoa.
Charlie Huff was a knuckleballer, so I kind of get it. And I don't think this was his usual catcher. So he kind of went in there and was like, let's do our best. 6 passed balls. The Rangers lost 7-0 that day, with all 7 runs being unearned. 6 of them due to passed balls.
Do you think you, in your current state, not the state of Missouri, but like just who you are today,
My shape as a human?
Sure, yeah, age, everything.
Okay.
Right now, do you think you could catch, not a knuckleballer, but a Major League Baseball pitcher and have 6 or less pass balls?
Out of how many pitches?
67, 69.
Nice. No, there'd definitely be more.
Really?
Yeah, 100%.
I wonder how many I could catch. Like 4, maybe?
I'd top you out about 6, probably.
What?
I'd give you 6. If he pumps Chad right down the middle, yeah. But like, bro, I shit my pants in college when I was learning to catch, and they dropped in curveballs. You don't even get it, because like, if it's a righty throwing it and it comes this way, once it hits, it bounces back this way. You have just the way of the spin. You have to like, I hated it. It was the fucking worst.
Okay.
On September 9th, Nolan Ryan strikes out 16, becoming the first member of the 4,500 Strikeout Club. To this day, there's still only 3, Nolan Ryan, Randy Johnson, and Roger Clemens. Nolan Ryan, by the way, only pitched 7 innings that game. He struck out 12 of the last 13 batters that he faced. So just out there doing some wild shit as an old man. This is pretty cool. September 14th, 5 days after that, Cal Ripken Jr. is pulled, breaking his, not the game streak, breaking his consecutive innings played streak, dating back to June 5th, 1982. Brother, this is 5 years worth where he didn't miss a single inning.
Wow. You confused me there for a second, because this is a year before I was born, and I remember seeing his game streak. So, okay.
Innings. Wow. So on June 5th, 1982, Cal started that game, and he didn't miss another inning until September 14th, 1987.
Why did it say why he was pulled from the game?
They were getting blown out, and the managers were just like, you want a break? And he was like, yeah. So he did. Okay. And none other than Ron Washington came in and took his spot at shortstop.
Wash?
Yeah, old Wash, dude. Wow. Speaking of drugs, September 21st, Darryl Strawberry gets his 30-30 with the 30th stolen bag of the season. Howard Johnson, his teammate back then, also was a 30-30 member that year, which made it the first time teammates done it in the same season.
It's probably not the only bag he stole.
Yikes, dude. Yeah. No, it's definitely not. Have you seen the stuff about Darryl Strawberry like lately?
No, I mean I'm familiar with Darryl Strawberry, but
Right. Crazy religious, super like, I think he's like a priest. He's like up in the middle of this church. He does all yeah, he's all over the place. He's straight and narrow now, Mr. Strawberry.
I mean, better than the alternative, I suppose.
Gotcha. We got a little bit of an update here from an old feller who was probably there and saw it happen. McGuire missed the last game of the season. He went to the hospital because his son was being born. Who cares, dude? How many sons you gonna have there, bro? Very easily could have hit 50 as a rookie. I believe it. All you need is one more, right? So could have done it. And then
50. Yeah, one more. Yeah.
And then, not to mention, like, what was it? Was that 70 when Mark hit 70 and he picked his kid up at home plate and like threw him in the air?
I was thinking that was 62, but
it might be 62.
Yeah.
I don't know. But all I remember is it's a good thing Mark did all them steroids because that boy was a little bit chubs.
Husky is what they call it.
A little husky boy.
Yes.
All right, that wraps it up for 87. Tone, my dude, you got some birthdays?
Hey, I do have some birthdays for you.
But I have bad news.
I do have bad news. You guessed it. We no longer have playoff birthdays.
Unreal.
To my knowledge, there is no Astros or Braves player on their active roster, at least, that had a birthday this week. So it's just back to regular old boring ass birthdays.
I mean, it's almost like they could just choose their birthdays better. Like, just pick better ones.
Right?
It's unreal.
Whatever. Your boy, John Gray, he is 30 years old this week. Mm-hmm. He's been a pretty solid starter for the Rockies over the last 7 seasons. He's got a FIP that is consistently lower than his ERA, which, kind of leads us to believe that he could probably have a little bit more success in a ballpark that's not
Coors
high. Yeah. So, which is good news for him because he is a free agent this offseason, and I don't see the Rockies spending any money at all.
Yeah, no.
So quick question before I tell you some fun facts about him. Where would you like to see him end up? I know you're a fan of him, so I'm guessing it's going to be one of your teams.
Yeah, you already know my answer. I'd love to have him in Atlanta.
Yeah, it's a good fit.
And the field, it's not, like you were saying, with Coors or whatever, obviously it's elevated, but the Truist Park isn't either, a hitter's park or a pitcher's park. It's a very neutral, pretty average park out of all of them. So, even that slight bump from Coors to an average field, he doesn't have to go to like a hitter or a pitcher's park like, to the Giants and play out there in the Bay to be better. Like that little bit of a jump, I think, would make him so much better.
Yeah. It's funny because you look at his splits and he's actually got a lower ERA at home, but there's so much that goes into that. I mean, one, you have home field advantage,
right.
and then 2, a lot of players, they talk about the altitude, the Coors effect or whatever. And it's not just that it makes the ball travel further when you're there. It affects going back and forth, affects everything. Like you might be even worse on the road because you're used to the air in Denver.
Exactly. You've developed your pitches, you've developed your spin rates and everything to work for Coors.
Right.
So you go somewhere else and it breaks too much and you walk an extra 2-3 guys or doesn't break enough and you just get lit up. Like you have no idea. Like you're saying, that back and forth really gets them.
Yeah. So even though his splits are pretty even in favor of, his home stuff, I still think he would do really well for another team. So. Couple fun facts about Mr. Gray. Fact number 1, it took him 14 starts to notch his first career W.
Yikes. Okay.
Fun fact number 2, in September of 2016, he was facing the Padres. He set a Rockies team record by striking out 16 batters.
Wow.
It was also his first career shutout and his first career complete game. Also, that same game in the second inning, he became just the second Rockies pitcher of all time to strike out 4 batters in 1 inning. Drop third strike, I believe, was the cause of that. And then that came in the middle of him striking out 6 consecutive batters, which was another Rockies record.
Jeez.
So, yeah, he had a hell of a game. And then last fun fact, he played for a minor league team called the Modesto Nuts.
That's beautiful. I love that.
It tickled me,
The Modesto Nuts, dude.
It tickled my nuts.
I have a feeling that they're not, the Modesto Nuts, they probably don't play much playoff ball because, once November comes, it's no nut November, dude. They're not even here anymore.
Right. They're all shriveled up anyway. So
yeah, they're all cold and done for, bro.
All right, boy. Next birthday.
Bye, John. Oh, hello, Johnny.
I was gonna say it's another.
Oh, dang, bro.
Old Johnny Damon, the caveman,
the missing link.
He is 48 this week.
I feel like that's not that old.
I feel like he hasn't played in a while, but he played a little more recently than I thought. I guess I think he played like 2016 or something.
Yeah,
like
I'm on it.
So thank you. Surprising, at least this is a surprise to me. He was only a 2-time All-Star.
Yeah, I think that's wild too. He was voted for MVP more times than he was for an All-Star.
That's so wild.
Isn't that crazy? He played 2012 was his final year.
Oh, okay, so not that recent, but okay. I guess 48 makes sense then. But those 2 All-Star appearances came in 2002 and 2005, which were his first and his last year with the Red Sox. Boston. He finished his career with a WAR of 56.3, pretty darn good. He was only 231 hits shy of 3,000. I
remember that chase, like the end of his career. He went he finished up that big deal with New York, and then he popped over to Detroit, went down to Tampa Bay, and went to Cleveland, and he just kept trying to stay in just to accrue it. And after that 2012 season, nobody came back after him. But it's crazy because even in his age 37 season in 2011, he played 150 games.
Yeah.
And then 2012, he played 64 as a part-time player. That was the least he had played since his rookie year, where he played 47.
Crazy.
I love me some Johnny Damon, dude.
He had over 400. He stole over 400 bases.
Yep, 408.
Very impressive. Hit over 500 doubles, which is top 50 all time. Very impressive. At one point in his career, he surpassed 100 runs in 9 straight seasons. Oh, wow. That's quite a feat. That's hard to do consecutively. I was looking at some comps, and even Derek Jeter, who had 13 seasons of 100 runs overall, still couldn't string them all together like that. So yeah,
that's cool. Including 136 runs scored in 2000. He led the league. That is unreal.
Yeah, that was his last year in Kansas City before he got traded to Oakland, I believe.
Yeah,
and then he kind of took a dip, but still kept his runs up. So, kind of a fun fact. I didn't know this. Maybe you do. Early in his career, Jason Giambi convinced him to party like a major leaguer. I guess Giambi was kind of known for just encouraging guys to be shitheads.
Of course, right.
And Damon did it and kind of took it to heart, and that was kind of he almost Giambi almost passed the torch to Damon.
Oh my god.
Damon was kind of known throughout his career for taking the young guys out. They'd party until all hours of the morning, get hammered. Yeah, missing practices or showing up late and hung over to practices and stuff like that. And
no wonder that Red Sox team was drinking beers in the clubhouse, bro.
Exactly. Yeah, apparently in general for all the teams he played for, the management and the ownership, I don't think they hated him. I think they liked him. He was a nice guy, but they were kind of
right. It's come on, Johnny,
don't do that. All right, buddy. Your last birthday and your Tony Tones dope name of the day is Coco Chris. He is 42 years old today.
Today,
November 1st.
How often do we have a dope name that's younger than one of our birthdays that we're celebrating? I don't know if that's ever happened, brother.
I don't think that. I think that's the first time. I mean, it's rare that we even have a picture
Living.
in color. Yeah.
Right. A living dope
Yeah,
name.
the guy's alive. Holy cow. So Coco Crisp was originally born Covelli Lois Crisp.
Mm-hmm.
He was drafted by the St. Louis Cardinals. Never played for them on the major league level, but when he was in their minor league system, playing for Double-A, the New Haven Ravens, like that a lot. They sent out a questionnaire to all the players. I think it was when he signed up when he got there or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, shit you did in class, about me, and they asked for any nicknames, and he wrote Coco down because I guess some kids had called him Coco earlier. So he wrote it down, and it just kind of stuck. And it stuck so well that they actually ended up putting it on the scoreboard.
Oh my!
So he was listed for now on as Coco Crisp.
Right.
He actually got traded I think 13 days after that he got traded to Oakland. But it still stuck, and so he was just always Coco Crisp. And then finally, I think it was his last season in the majors in 2013, he legally changed his name to Coco Crisp.
That's amazing, bro.
Yeah, pretty cool. Fun little fact: in over 6,600 plate appearances in his 15-year career, he was only hit by a pitch 5 times.
No way.
That's that's hard to do. Even if you weren't trying to swing, if you're just up there 6,600 times and your only goal was just don't get hit,
right?
That would still be hard to do.
Yeah, no shit. Do you remember when he fought James Shields because James Shields threw at him?
I don't.
I think it was 2009, 2000. Whenever the Rays were having their little run. It might have been 2008 then, I guess.
Okay.
So they were playing each other in the playoffs, I believe, and James Shields threw inside on him, and he just missed and charged out there and just went after. James I remember he threw a right hook, and Coco's coming in, and he ducks it and comes back and just rocks him, bro. It was amazing.
Did he have the fro at the time?
Oh, I don't think so. I think he had the old cornrows by my guy.
Okay. All right. Last fun fact. This has nothing to do with baseball. So Coco Crisp, his grandfather, Nick Newton, held the Masters men's world record for the high jump from 1994 to 1996.
Oh, wow.
Also, just separate, he invented cast aluminum starting blocks for the track runners, the little things they put yeah. He invented those.
Wow.
Well, the aluminum version. But okay, so let's go back here. Masters men's world record. Do you know what Masters sports are?
I don't.
It's just sports for old people.
No way.
So it actually starts at 35 years old, and there's different divisions based on your age. And there's the 35 and up, there's a 40 and up, 50 and up, 60 and up, 70 and up. There are men and women that have participated in these events that are over 100 years old.
No way.
And they do track and field and cross country type stuff. It's all running and track and field stuff.
Wow.
Crazy. And I want to get into it. I want to learn more about it. I want to specifically follow the 70 and up division.
Dude, can we get jerseys made for 80-year-old men and we're just out
right?
Hell yeah, dude.
They're jumping 7 inches off the ground.
Right. They're running a mile in about 16 days or so. Oh God, it'd be great. All right, my guy. Let's see if this works. It's straight from MLB's YouTube, so it might kick us, but I'm going to try anyways.
Oh, boy.
Oh, he did hit him.
Oh, boy. There he goes.
Duck. Pop.
Oh, dang. Might have taken a couple shots there on the ground.
Oh, yeah, dude. I remember this vividly. This was a big, big brawl. I can never get over that first duck, dude. So,
yeah.
He only got hit 5 times in his career, and one of the times he was like, I'm going to just beat the shit out this cat.
Right.
Let's watch it again just because I love it.
Sure, yeah.
Beep. Ooh.
Oh, I love that.
Beautiful. Yeah, and then kind of gets wrecked by Johnny Gomes.
Yeah. Johnny Gomes. Wow.
Crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff.
Well, that is Coco Crisp. That is your dope name of the day. And those are this week's birthdays.
Look at the boys.
The boys in the hood.
I feel like Coco's ratting on whoever did it.
Yeah.
He's definitely got that rat face. He's like, nah, dude.
I don't know what Johnny Damon's doing, man.
He's just enjoying a little bowl of cereal. He's probably got a little bit of, little Jason Giambi juice in that mug, bro. You know what I mean?
That cereal? I never thought about that.
I don't know what that is, my guy.
Crunch Berries?
Cocoa Crisps?
Hey.
Unreal.
And that's our show.
All right. Good enough. We got a couple jokes in there. I love to see it. All right. But before we get into other stuff, let's talk about this real quick. If you want to sign up to be a monthly contributor, go ahead and head over to anchor.fm/upperdeckerpod/support. You can be a contributor of 99 cents, $4.99, or $9.99 a month. All of that goes right back into the show, helps us pay for subscriptions and equipment and all of that fun stuff because, unfortunately, this isn't free. So,
No.
we'll give it to you for free, but hey, maybe just give us a little bit in return, just a little bit. If you can't do a monthly thing, I totally get it though. No big deal. It's fine. I don't do it either. So whatever. I'm not even supporting my own show that way. But I want you guys to. If you can't though, go over to PayPal, paypal.me/upperdeckerpod. You can do a one-time donation. Anything over $20, you can get, a message on the show. I mean, it could be an advertisement if you want. I don't even care. You got a company, you got something you want to promote, $20. We'll talk about it. It could also just be a message you want one of us to say. You can make me say some dumb shit, wear some dumb shit. I mean, whatever. Just let us know and send us that 20. Send us a DM with what you want us to do, and we will do it, most likely. Read the fine print.
Probably, though.
Okay, now we're going to move on to Wheelhouse. My guy, we got a little bit of who's hot and who's not. Let's talk about some who's hot real quick, my dude. I'll let you lead it off because I hate these guys.
Yeah, well, you don't hate all of them. Oh, you hate the first couple.
Yeah, take those two.
Okay, so Yuli Guriel and Kyle Tucker are both 6 for 18 each. So 12 for 36 in the World Series.
That's pretty good.
Yuli's just hitting singles.
Yeah.
Literally 6 singles, 3 runs, couple RBIs. Not too high of an OPS because, again, they're all singles. But Tucker's got a couple doubles in there. They're both hitting the ball pretty well in the World Series.
Mm-hmm. Every time they come up, like, I'll watch the infield shift or do this and do that. And it's like, bro, Yuli was a batting champion this year. Like, he can go anywhere.
Right.
You got to just stop shifting. Just play him straight up. And then Tucker, I mean, he's just been hitting the shit out of the ball, just dropping him into the outfield. He's not like hitting ground balls and getting them through. He's hitting nice line drives and getting on base consistently. Not excited about that.
Yeah, no.
I am excited to see that Austin Reilly is keeping his pace through the playoffs. Had a pretty good division series, pretty good championship series, and he's keeping that up here in the World Series. He's gone 8 for 21 so far with 3 doubles, 3 RBIs. That means he's batting .381. His OPS is a .905 so far in these first games. So I will take that, and it's good to see Mr. Travis Dar. Yes, heating up. Travis Darno, 7 for 20 with a double, 2 ding-dongs, 2 ribs. His OPS is 1,050. The second home run came as cushion the other day in that 2-0 shutout that they pitched. The first home run was just a big boy yaya, I think, game 1. So good to see out of the catcher spot. But we're going to need more production around the lineup.
Yeah. We'll touch on some who's nots.
Okay.
Yordan Alvarez, after being named the ALCS, MVP, he's 1 for 16. That's not good. 6 strikeouts. He's walked 5 times, which isn't bad, but he is going to have to pick it up if the Astros want to do something here.
Yeah. I hope that he doesn't. I want him to stay doing exactly what he's doing, bro.
And Breggy too, man. Alex Bregman is 2 for 18. Only 2 walks. He struck out 5 times. He's not. Again, there's. I know they won last night, but they're still down. They got to win 2 games in a row here, and those are big bats they need.
Right.
Really bad. So.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Brecky kind of picked that up last night because he had that single and an RBI, and I mean he put a real good swing on it. So hopefully it was a fluke, and we can finish this out, and he can just stay batting 7 because that's who he is nowadays apparently. But I don't have much room to talk because the other 2 players that I'm going to talk about who's not hot on the Braves are pretty low on that board as well. Mr. Jock Peterson. Jocktober has ended, apparently. He is 1 for 11 so far in the World Series with just 1 walk, 3 strikeouts, no RBIs, and no runs. We are getting 0 productivity out of the Pearl Man. And Ozzy Albies, on the other hand, who's going to, we've kind of talked about it. I think he's going to get some MVP votes this year. He is not having a very good playoffs. He keeps getting on base, but he hasn't scored. He hasn't hit anybody in. He has 2 RBIs throughout the entire playoffs.
Yeah, that's not good, man. I mean, that dude's he's going to get MVP votes.
Right. I mean, it's critical that he does anything, literally anything. He's 3 for 18 in the World Series so far. He does have 3 walks. But that's also countered with 5 strikeouts. Again, no RBIs in the World Series. And he scored 2 runs, which is great because everybody around him is hitting, other than Jock. So just find your way on, man. I don't care. And you've got to come up with hits in big spots. I can't tell you how many, guys he's left on base so far this World Series. I know it's been quite a few opportunities he's had, and he has not come through with that. So
he and I love Ozzy. He's an incredible player, one of my favorites to watch. He hasn't been good in the postseason, any postseason in general. Since getting a taste of it in 2018, he is batting .246 with a .297 on base, 345 slug, good for a 642 OPS.
Okay, yeah,
and that's 142 at bats, so that's not a super small sample size.
Right.
Struck out 27 times. He's only got 5 doubles in there, and he's kind of a doubles machine. So, yeah, not good. I'm not saying I don't know. I'm not necessarily saying there's something to that, but you definitely want to see more production out of a guy like him.
Right. Yeah. One of your big centerpieces, of course, you're going to have to. So, what now, buddy? You want to talk about some cool stuff real quick, and then we'll kind of recap a couple of the games, talk about some things that you and I liked seeing, didn't like seeing, whatever?
Yeah.
All right, let's do some cool stuff then. You take it away with this first one, brother.
Cool stuff. 3-time manager of the year, Bob Melvin. He will be leaving Oakland after 11 years, but it is to become the Padres skipper. Announcement was made earlier this week on Melvin's 60th birthday. So happy birthday to him. That's kind of cool.
Happy birthday, yeah.
When he was in Oakland, he went 853 and 764.
Wow.
Good for a 528 win percentage. Not bad for a team like Oakland that has a small budget.
Exactly.
And also had a couple rebuilding years in there. They finished 5th in the division back-to-back. So that's really good that he was that good in the other years. 3 division titles, 3 second-place finishes. Good stuff. So he's got a 3-year contract coming up with San Diego.
Yeah, that 3-year contract is the exact same amount of money that Oakland paid him for the most recent contract. Okay. So Oakland signed him to a 3-year 12, and they actually had a team option for him this year for 2022.
Right.
They picked that up back in June, and then I was talking to an inside source, cough, and she said that the A's kind of did him right because they picked him up for his option or whatever, but he wants to win, so he kind of talked to them, and they were like, yeah, go interview with the Padres.
Right.
Go do it because we're not going to be in a position to win this year. We know that you want to win. Go coach a team to have a chance to win over these next 3 years because we're not going to win in 3 years. So they kind of like did him off, sent him off well, and no hard feelings on either side, which is good.
Yeah. I like that.
I do too. He's a very good spot. I think he's a great guy for that spot.
I do too.
You know,
Yep.
He's had to overcome like the adversity of the Oakland A's just franchise itself for so
Right.
long that now he can go to a franchise that's willing to spend money and willing to pay and willing to win. He's just got to, you know, have the relationship with the players that he had in Oakland because the players there adored the guy. So,
Right.
You know,
I think he can do it. I really do.
yeah, I love it. Before we move on, what do you think that means for Oakland?
Excuse me. You and I kind of talked about it. I think Mike Schilt is got to be up there, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Top of the list.
Mm-hmm.
Good to have with the young guys who, no matter how many years removed you are from now, I mean, Oakland's always going to have a lot of young players. It's just how they're designed. So,
yeah,
I think he'd be a great fit there. I don't know. I think Skip Schumacher stays where he's at for now.
I do too. Had the Padres not hired Melvin, I think it would be different.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure Skip's going to stay there now. I mean, why wouldn't you? Like, you know, obviously Skip's trying to be, you know, groomed to be a manager at some point.
Right.
So what better, you know, guy to follow up than a 3-time manager of the year? Like, any chance that he gets, he's going to stick around and try and learn as much as he can and just absorb that from Bob. So
yeah, and I think it'd probably be better for Skip to go into job interviews after a successful year than a big letdown year like this past one. You know what I mean? So
that's true. I was also thinking, I don't want this to happen, but Oakland does have, you know, a little bit of roots with Ron Washington. So you might see, you know, an interview there or whatever, but we will see how that goes. So we'll move on here. Jock Peterson, this guy has been trying to just carry the team, man, as much as he can. Like we talked about not too long ago, he's not doing great on the field, but he's doing every single thing he can off the field to keep this team on their feet, ready to go. Before they left for L.A. in the championship series, before they left for L.A., he drove around Atlanta and was handing out pearl necklaces, the jewelry. He was handing out the jewelry pearl necklaces.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yes. He was leaving them on mailboxes, like Chipper Jones's mailbox. Chipper woke up one morning, the morning that they left for L.A., walked out to his mailbox and had a pearl necklace on it. So that was a pretty cool thing. It was also cool to see, you know, Chipper and Andrew and all those guys in the stands last night.
Yeah.
You know, I hope to see them travel also and potentially see this game 6, but we'll see. But, you know, speaking of that lore of the pearl necklace, Jock's actual necklace also snapped after game 3.
Uh-oh.
He did a big boy break skis on it. So he just said, that's all right. I'm going to fly my jeweler out here with a replacement one. So
okay,
flew his jeweler out for game 4, had a brand new pearl necklace ready to go by the time this game started.
Unreal.
Crazy. What kind of money do you have to just do that?
A lot, dude.
Yeah, unreal.
Yeah. More cool stuff. Albert Pujols. Have you heard of him?
He's that one guy who we don't know how old he is, right?
Yeah. He is playing in the Dominican Winter League for the first time in his career,
which is insane.
So crazy. He's never needed to. Why would you? You know?
Yeah.
But you know, he's getting a little older. He's getting a little. He's probably gone up a couple belt sizes, right? We all have.
Couple. Yeah.
And he's wanting to stay in shape. So he's not done playing Major League Baseball. I don't know where he's going to end up next year, but we'll see. He's doing everything he can though. To stay in shape and prove himself over the offseason, which is pretty cool. So
he did have a pretty good showing last night, my guy.
Mm-hmm.
He had a walk-off infield single in his first appearance for the Dominican Winter League.
Infield single.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta
Beautiful. Just a nice little swing and bunt down the third baseline. It was great.
Hell yeah.
And I just caught this. This will be the last little cool thing that we talk about. Caught this last second before the show started. Marcus Semien switches agencies and hires Scott Boras as he's going into free agency here. So you know that he is not going for a 1-year deal again. He is going to get big boy money now.
He's going to get paid for sure.
Yeah. Arguably one of the best, second baseman in the game right now, but could also still play shortstop for any team and still compete with these, top rated shortstops that are out there. It is going to be, the season of the shortstops, I guess we could say, like the off season of the shortstops, because you've got Corey Seager. Who else we got?
Trevor Story,
Semien, obviously.
Yep. There's more.
Correa,
thank you.
Yep. So it's good that he went over there to the Blue Jays, I think, and got that second base, under his belt, because the name Marcus Semien, I don't think rings like a Trevor Story or a Corey Seager or a Carlos Correa. But if you look at his numbers, they're just as good, if not better.
I'm not going to lie. I wouldn't. I don't know. I'd take him over Story, I think.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just trying to say he's not like as much of like a household name.
No. I'm agreeing with you. Like, yeah. Like, you're right. He doesn't have that household name, but I think he's as good, if not better, than some of those guys.
Absolutely. I would agree completely.
Dude had 45 home runs last year and 102 RBIs.
Right. Well, and now if these other shortstops are going out and they're demanding big money and this and that and the other, Semien's going to get a little bit of a drop off from that. So whatever these guys set their prices at, that's just going to drive Semien's up even higher, because he'll be like, yo, I did the exact same shit, if not better. So you're going to pay me just as much. And if it's a team that's already got, a shortstop, he can be like, yeah, I'll just go ahead and slide over to second base. I did it all last year, dude. No sweat.
Right.
I'm excited to see what happens there.
By the way, Javi, I think, was the one we didn't mention. Bias, Javi Bias. Yeah.
But
and
I think
Chris Taylor, if you want to include him on that list. But
that's true. But Chris plays every position on,
right.
The entire diamond.
Right.
Javi Bias might be the least interesting name out of those 5 shortstops, I think.
To me, he is. Absolutely.
I know that he's, a defensive whiz, but that doesn't add up. It's not 1980 anymore, Ozzie Smith.
No. Yeah.
So I don't know. We will see how that goes in the offseason. We got to get there first. Speaking of that, Game 5 was last night. We got 2 left, 2 in Houston tomorrow and Wednesday, potentially.
Maybe not, though. Maybe we just have 1 game left.
Yes. Yeah. Let's go with that. I really hope so. But what was I going to say? Shoot, dude. Oh, I was going to say Freddie Freeman is also going to be one of those big free agent names that goes into the offseason. They were interviewing him the other day after the game, and they were like, hey, is it like settled in with you that you're going to be unemployed next week? And he was like, dog, I'm like trying to win the World Series right now. What are you asking me about, bro?
Yeah. But
Game 5, Braves are up 3-2 in the series after, just a disheartening loss last night. Game 5, they came out, hit a grand slam, went up 4-0 in the first, ended up losing 9-5. That was brutal, my guy.
That's rough. It was just this whole, going up like that at the top of the first means almost the entire game is just you trying to crawl back and it just not happening.
Exactly.
It was rough. Lots of opportunities with men on the bases and just didn't do anything with them. Mm-hmm. I shouldn't say lots, but they had some opportunities where they just couldn't come through.
Right.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
Yeah. We'll see. I mean, they've done this stuff, so far this year. They keep bouncing back. They keep coming back and, winning and doing that. So, like, even with the Dodgers, the Dodgers came back and got pretty close to winning that NLCS. And it was almost a repeat of last year, exactly. And the Braves were like, no, we know that narrative. We're not letting that happen again. Mm-hmm. We're going to come back. We're going to win Game 6, and we're going to go on to the World Series. Sure as shit they did. So hopefully they can carry that mindset over into this Game 6. We've watched pretty much all of these games from separate locations via, 3 or 4 texts because of how superstitious I am.
Sure.
Which one of these games has been like most exciting or like your favorite so far?
See, it's tough for me because I didn't get to watch all of them, and some of the best games are the ones I didn't watch.
Got it. Okay.
So
So what about a moment? What about just a moment? What's your favorite moment so far?
Okay, so I mean, I didn't see it live, but like going back and watching, I watched a bunch of game four, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Where they came back and won?
Yeah, like the back-to-back home runs. I mean, that was insane.
Your boy was losing it, my guy.
Yeah.
And then not to mention, later on, I think it was the 8th inning of that very same game. Altuve ends up roping one down left field, and Eddie just makes this snag out of nowhere up against the wall and saves the game. I mean, that's on scale of like importance and like relevance to what it means to your team, that is a top 5 World Series catch of all time.
I mean, if they go on to win, like for sure. It was intense, and his reaction said all of it. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's not like super known for, being defensive. So I kind of I saw him going back, and I was like, "Fuck, dude!" As soon as Altuve hit it, dude, I thought it was out, and he keeps going. All of a sudden, just whoop. Just snags, and he's just hype. He's losing it. Dansby's all about it. Oh, man. I'm having a good old time out here. That game that Ian Anderson started, though, was unreal, bro.
Yes.
Unreal. So it was a little bit of a delay. There was mist and rain down there in old Atlanta. But Ian Anderson took 5 no-hit innings out there. They got into the 8th with a no-hitter. Matzik actually gave it up, and it was on like this little blooper dropping in between Dansby and Eddie.
I think Will Smith gave up a hit later.
Yeah, he did.
There's only 2 hits the whole game.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah. I mean, it was just dominance. If you would have asked me before this series started, man, I didn't think there was a chance. But these boys are just playing out of their mind, and they're doing everything right, except for like last night. You get ahead, you got to hold that fucking lead, man. That was 4 in the first, my guy.
Yeah.
But that game 1, coming out and winning 6-2, knocking Framber out early, putting good hits on him, good swings on him, putting the ball out of the park, like that was huge. It kind of set a precedent, I think, and the Astros were like, okay, wait a second. They're, not just an 88 win team. Like these guys are on some shit right now. They're hot.
Right.
So
it's, overall Atlanta's doing like what they should do. You'd like to see them have taken both of them in Houston, obviously, but going at home, but then going to Houston and taking 2 out of 3,
right?
Like, that's good, So we will see.
Yeah, dude. So tomorrow, have they announced the matchup? I believe it's
Fried
and Garcia, I believe.
Double check that.
Also, before we move on, you look that up. Game 1, not to mention, they won 6-2 after losing Charlie Morton in the 3rd inning and for the rest of the series with a broken fucking leg. Greg Jennings, Jesus. Took a line drive off the leg, pitched 16 more pitches to get 3 more outs, did the job, pulled himself, was like, bro, hey, my leg is fucking snapped, dude. Can't do this anymore. He's already had surgery to get it fixed, and he should be ready by spring training, old ground chuck. So
they do not know who's going to pitch game 6 yet. Dusty Baker said he's going to sleep on it tonight. We'll see.
Scary. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, whatever. I mean, shit. You just got it's just a game. It's just a baseball game, right? No big deal.
It's just a game, bro.
Just a baseball game, bro. I'll be all right. I've seen my teams lose before. No big deal. It's fucking fine.
A lot, actually.
It's fine, guys. It's fine. All right. Tone, you got anything else you want to talk about, brother? You want to wrap it up here? What do you think?
I got nothing. We'll have Dan back next week. We are going to visit some of our preseason predictions. When we did our divisional breakdowns, we took a stab at who was going to lead each division, not league, but division. in various stats.
Mm-hmm. Home runs, stolen bases,
ERA,
strikeout, and saves, I believe.
I believe that's it. So we're gonna see. I honestly haven't actually gone back and looked really at those. So
I haven't either at all.
I have no idea. We're gonna line them up. We're gonna line up our picks, and then who the actual winner was. We'll see how close we were. So
Right. All right, brother. Well, let's go ahead. Let's call that here. Next time we're on this show, brother, we'll know one way or another who the 2021 World Series champion will be.
that is true.
We'll just have those 2 games to recap next week, and then we'll talk about those stats like you were talking about. And then I think we might call it an off season for a couple of weeks, brother. Right?
Yeah. I think
we're gonna take a little break. We're gonna do a little bit of rebranding. We're gonna get a bunch of different graphics put together. Different content. Just kind of brainstorm a little bit. Have some business meetings every week, and just hammer some shit out to make it a better show for you guys. So with that being said, I want to thank you guys for listening and being here for this episode. I want you to go ahead and just tell us what you think over on any of our social media platforms, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. That's where all of the live stream go every week, except for some Monday nights. That's all at Upper Decker Pod. We've also got Instagram and TikTok, which we are getting more into using both of those so you can see our pretty beautiful faces more often. So go follow us over there. Let us know what you think about the show. Tell us what we can do better, worse, whatever you'd like, because now is the time to do it. We're going to start rebuilding this thing. So let us know your thoughts on the entire show.
Hell yeah.
Tone, if they want to listen to us, where can they do that?
Yeah, if you would like to listen only, you can search for us on pretty much any streaming platform. Spotify, Apple, Google, anywhere you get your other podcasts, you can also find us. If you're doing so, leave us a review or a rating, whatever that system, whatever that platform allows you to do. It's really big for us. Yeah, it helps us out a lot. So if it lets you give us 5 stars, do that. If it lets you leave a comment, you can tell us how pretty we are or how great of a job we're doing. It's much appreciated. It just it helps us out a ton more than we can.
It could very literally be like constructive criticism as well. Tell us everything. I don't care. Give us a rating. Give us a comment. Let us know how we can be better for you.
Yes.
So with that being said, the only thing we have left to ask for is potential money. Sign up to be a monthly contributor at anchor.fm/upperdeckerpod/support. You like that, Tone?
I like that.
You want to say it again?
Yeah, one more time.
Money.
Ooh.
Like that. It's pretty good stuff. You can contribute 99 cents, $4.99, or $9.99 a month. Like I said earlier, that all goes back into the show. So subscriptions, extra storage on Google Drive, whatever the hell we got to do, software, equipment, all of it. All the money goes right back into the show. If you cannot, sign up for the commitment of a monthly donation, you can head over to PayPal.me/UpperDeckerPod. You can do a one-time donation. You could do a 10-time donation. You can donate as much money as you want, just not on, a monthly regulated fucking timeline. So you can do any amount of money over there. Anything over $20 will get you a message read on the show, whether it be something you want one of us to say or an advertisement for your company or business or whatever you want. Send us $20. We'll say things or do things for you.
Yeah.
Not everything, but some things.
Also, merchandise. If that's a win-win right there.
That shit's banging over there too. Mr. Dan Morey has been knocking it out for
awesome
us.
Stuff. I tried on Dan's Upper Decker ball cap. I've got a big old noggin, so I was a little skeptical to make the purchase, but I'm doing it now, man. I'm gonna rock it. But yeah, like I said, win-win. You're helping us out. You get something sweet out of it. I don't even care if you listen to the show. It's still cool just to have fresh gear,
Just rep your boys, you know what I mean? I mean, sheesh. You're our friends out there. We've got hats.
Look at it.
We got hoodies. We got
that red hoodie's tight, dude.
That red hoodie is so tight. I've got one in the cart right now, bro.
Yeah, the long sleeve tee. Big fan of those.
Yep, the 3/4 tees. Mr. Danny Lutz from Chumps to Champs podcast over there. He's been rocking the 3/4 t-shirt lately. We appreciate you, good sir, there. We've got shorts, dude. We got long sleeve shirts. It's getting cold out there, boys.
Yeah, we might need some jorts, you know?
Ooh, say less, my guy. We got snapbacks, fitted hats, all of it, man. It's all in there. Go check that out. Give us just a little bit of money. Thank you, Dan, for what you do over there. That, again, is upperdeckerpod.com. That's a pretty quick way to find, where our latest episodes are, when they're posted, and, a little bit like about us. That's another thing we're going to rebrand is the whole website kind of. We're going to get a little bit of about us in there, links to, maybe articles or something. If we want to take a week off from the show, just write an article. We might just do that. So go over there, check out upperdeckerpod.com, buy some merch, look at the most recent episodes. And with that being said, I think it's about time we end this thing, huh, Tone?
Yeah, I think so.
All righty. We will see you guys next week for episode 88 of the Upper Decker Podcast.